Connections happen and your brand shines.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. School sports are so much more than a game. They're about developing the whole person. That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day. Interscholastic sports in Minnesota. This message presented by the MSHSL and the Minnesota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
It's Morning Talk on News Talk 1250 KBRF, brought to you by Pioneer Care and Fergus Falls Monument Company. Now, here's Mary Dolan and Dave Bishop.
Good. Mary, I'm so tired I had to actually look and see what day it is.
Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
I had to think, too, because I was kind of thinking it was Thursday this morning.
Oh, so I wish.
Just a little disappointed.
I have started a new health regime where I'm trying to, detox and all that stuff. And
yeah?
I'm drinking something called mushroom coffee.
Okay, is it RYZE?
Yeah, Rays or Eyes or whatever that is.
Okay, I have been so tempted to order it. What do you think?
Taste-wise, it's not bad.
Is it not bad or is it good?
It's not bad. I'll give you a shot if you want to try it. It's at my desk.
Okay.
But last night I couldn't sleep at all.
Okay.
And I had the stuff a little bit later than I normally do,
and
about 3:34.
it's supposed to help you with that too, right?
Well, yeah, it's supposed to give you energy. It's supposed to help.
I don't know how you can get energy and sleep well all at the same time.
I have no idea. All I know is I didn't fall asleep till 2 o'clock before I gave in and took the Z-Quilt to try to get some sleep.
Okay.
But I mean, I've had it for I've been using it for about a week, and then.
And did you notice any difference?
Not really, but they say, oh, you need to be on it for a couple months, and I'm like, man, at like $45 a bag, that's
it
no.
is expensive.
Yeah, and then like do 2 or 3 servings a day, and I'm like, but there's only like 30 servings in a bag. It's like if you're wealthy, maybe, but
right.
I'm just
right. So you'll get
dabbling.
halfway through the month.
Well, I'm just doing one.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I've been really tempted to try it, but what does your nurse wife think about it?
Oh, she thinks it's neat.
Okay. All right.
She goes, oh, that's kind of interesting. I've heard of mushroom coffee.
Okay.
But
and is that all that's in it?
No, I think there's coffee in it.
Well, coffee too, but I mean there's
mushroom and coffee.
Yeah, so I don't really understand how that makes you feel any better.
I don't know. They've got like 10 different mushrooms all blended up in there. And
okay.
It tastes okay. I've had other mushroom coffee that was not good, but this one's it's not bad.
But it's not really a detox.
Well, it says it's supposed to help detox your liver and kidneys. And
oh, okay. Well, that's important.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I know I've been so close to giving in to trying it.
I'd give it a shot. I mean, it's not going to replace regular coffee, but it's like instant coffee. You get hot water, you put a tablespoon in, you mix it up.
It's not awful. It's not terrible. Like plug your nose and swallow.
No.
Okay.
But
Does
then again,
it taste like coffee?
No.
It doesn't taste like.
It tastes more like hot chocolate than coffee.
Oh.
It kind of tastes like a mocha coffee.
Okay.
Right. I mean, it's not bad.
It is expensive though.
Yeah, very expensive.
Yeah, right.
That's why I said I'm going to try one
bag. Well, I do know that this.
Yes,
tastes good.
The peace offering of Derek Sidian has given us.
We were giving him a hard time yesterday and telling him that he was kind of excommunicated from our club because he doesn't like
the Reese's. Reese's is his least favorite candy.
And I actually told him yesterday it's kind of un-American. So we had a good laugh over that. And so here's his peace offering today. So, oh my goodness, Derek, thank you. And I'm sorry, on camera or not, I can't wait any longer.
I know, I'm sure I got mine too.
This is a cute little size. That's what I need. One. But I could eat like 40 of these.
They're awesome. Derek, thank you.
Derek, thank you. My goodness.
Yeah, you guys are welcome. I have to say, I did not purchase them. They were sitting over in our little candy basket over by the sales area.
Oh, boo.
But
very sincere.
But I saw them, and I was like, I'll bring them over to them. I'm sure they don't see it.
I thought maybe he bought a pack that had a mix in it and brought them in from home.
Just thinking about
thought of us and went, oh, I need to make amends.
Hey, I saw a basket of candy and thought of you guys.
Well, true. So you know what? We're going to take it, and it was delicious.
And I know what I'm doing. I'm our mid-break. You can go get me another one.
That size, you should get at least 2, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, well, here it is Wednesday, and I don't know what you think or what you've read or seen in terms of what's going on in Israel and Gaza, but it seems to me to be a little shaky.
A little. They're executing people in the streets.
Yeah. I mean, so really, where have we gotten? The part that scares me is there are 250 of their terrorists that have now been let out of Palestinian jails. So, or out of, I suppose it wasn't in Palestine, maybe it was in
Israeli
Israel,
jail.
but they are now roaming the streets. So I guess I
Well, they're about the only ones left alive.
well, true, but okay, so we just think that they're gonna, play by the rules and not try to start up Hamas again? I don't know how this is gonna. I don't get how we thought that was gonna work.
Well, at least we got the
Absolutely,
living ones
not
back.
absolutely for sure, and that is great, and nobody can discount the fact that those hostages were released. They're still trying to get the deceased hostages, return those bodies to their families, and I think 6 or 7 more came out, but I think there's still 21 that are missing. So, of one of the ones that came out, it doesn't match any of the hostages. So, there's that. Anyway, it's shaky to say the least.
Yeah.
But President Trump gave a pretty serious warning that said either you lay down your arms and disband, or we will lay down your arms for you, and it will be horrific. I don't think that's the word he used. I think he said it would be violent, I think is what he used. So, I don't know about you, but I'm starting to kind of believe that when President Trump says he's going to do something, he actually does it.
Yeah.
And good or bad. And, or...
I think we just need to be out of that area for a while.
Yeah, well, it needs, the only way that there will ever be peace in the Middle East, and I know it sounds so skeptical of me, but is there ever peace in the Middle East?
They've been fighting for thousands of years.
They have.
It's all they know.
And it depends. I don't know what you believe biblically, but this is what it said. We are here. What we're seeing is what the Bible said would happen. And yeah, it's awful. I can't imagine. Now these people are sort of breathing a sigh of relief, and I just hope for their sake that that relief actually does last. And, it was a pretty incredible peace deal, and let's just hope it is exactly that.
Yeah.
Although it seems a bit shaky at this point. This is the most horrific thing that I read this morning, and no wonder we have crazy people doing crazy things in this country. The Department of Homeland Security says Mexican drug cartels have created a tiered bounty system targeting ICE agents. The program allegedly offers, this is so awful I can hardly read it, offers $2,000 for intelligence gathering. So if you can help them out and say, okay, here's a bunch of ICE agents here, go get them, you get $2,000. $5,000 to $10,000 for kidnappings or assaults. So if you would like to help kidnap or hurt somebody badly, yeah, the bounty is $5,000 to $10,000. Up to $50,000 in cash if you are willing to assassinate a senior official.
It's crazy.
This is what's going on. And we have people that are so far gone in terms of the way that they are thinking that I don't know that there's any, sometimes we can straighten people out and we can say, okay, common sense here, slow down, let's talk about this. But there are some people that are way too far gone, and we're never going to get them back to any middle ground or any normal way of thinking or any kind of common sense. And those are the people that are being radicalized to do crazy stuff like this. 2 weeks ago, the DOJ charged a Chicago Latin Kings member with placing a bounty on the CBP commander. So anyway, people are being tempted with large amounts of cash to give people up, to hurt them, or even to go as far as killing them. So now, coming up this weekend is this No Kings rally. So No Kings rallies are going to be happening all across the country.
Again, it's like every week.
Across the country. Organizers expect millions to gather across the nation this Saturday in an event that Republican lawmakers decry as a Hate America rally, and I totally agree. If you are part of these No Kings rallies, you don't love this country. That is just flat out. That is what I believe. And the station doesn't have to back me up on that, but that is what I believe. The latest round of protests comes amid growing frustration about the ongoing government shutdown. Yeah, I can see that. Widespread opposition, of course, to President Trump. And you can be on the other side of President Trump. You bet. You can hate him with all your might. You can not agree with one single thing that comes out of his mouth. But you don't need to go to these rallies, and you don't need to be
To me,
aggressive.
the thing that really kind of shows their colors is, especially in Minnesota, these people were not out protesting Walz when Walz was using absolute authority in Minnesota.
Absolutely.
Arrest the people if they're having a party. Arrest them if they go out in public. Arrest them
if you got too many at a home for Thanksgiving.
Exactly. and these people were silent. They
Yeah,
didn't do a darn thing,
absolutely.
and that, quite honestly, was more of a king than what
You bet.
President Trump's doing.
And it went on and on for months and
For years.
Yes.
And these people who were out here protesting and saying Donald Trump's a king were nowhere to be seen during that.
Right. And I know that we'll see these people down on the corner of Lincoln and Union on Saturday because they're there every week. More than 2,500 events are planned across all 50 states as of Monday. Now, a lot of these things turn ugly, and I believe that they will. I think we're going to see some ugly over the weekend.
I think in Ferguson it'll be peaceful, I think.
It will be in Fergus Falls.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe that's true. But across the country, I think we're going to see some ugly behavior. And I would just encourage people, if you would like to protest and you really believe in that cause, that's your right. You get to do that.
Yep.
And you get
Freedom
to
of assembly,
right,
freedom of speech.
Right. And you know what? While I couldn't be further on the other side of that fence, I still recognize that people have the right to do that.
Yep.
However, these often turn ugly and awful and hate-filled, and there are people that are being bussed in to make these protests not peaceful. Often they are not peaceful. Anyway, it just scares me what we are up against for this weekend. So I guess just the warning, if you plan to participate in something like that and it's what you believe in,
Be peaceful.
Please do it peacefully. You gain nothing by anything but a peaceful protest. Participating groups include the American Civil Liberties Union, American Federation of Teachers. That should scare everyone. Human Rights Campaign, Indivisible, and Move On are some groups that will be part of that. The other side, the recurring movement against the Trump administration, has garnered sharp criticism from Republican lawmakers who say Democrats are protesting as a ploy during the government shutdown. So it's one more thing in their reasons for complaining. The Trump administration is focused on stopping the scourge of left-wing violence plaguing American communities, and that's what they're worried about. This came from White House spokesperson Abigail Jackson. Left-wing protesters can, they can lawfully protest, but violence or breaking the law will not be tolerated. So I just hope and pray that if we see these things happen across the country, that they are peaceful demonstrations. And yeah, I guess that's all we need to say about that. Let's see. Walmart has joined forces with OpenAI. They're going to let customers make purchases directly through ChatGPT. The new instant checkout feature allows users to browse Walmart products and complete transactions within the Chat app. ChatGPT introduced the feature last month, enabling shoppers to ask for items like the best mattress under $1,000 or what's a good gift for an avid reader, and then buy them without ever leaving that conversation. Yikes. I see credit card bills skyrocketing.
I can see ChatGPT saying, but no, you did need another roll of toilet paper.
I know it. Anyway, let's see. We already kind of covered the brokered ceasefire in Gaza yesterday. Also yesterday, they celebrated, this is another thing that just really gets me. They celebrated Charlie Kirk's what would have been his 32nd birthday yesterday, and the president gave him, the highest civilian honor, and already his memory and everything is being torn down over that. And I just think, oh gosh, can we go back to when your mom said, if you can't say anything nice, just don't say anything at all. You can agree, you can disagree.
Some politicians cannot help themselves.
Well, and it's not just politicians. But anyway, super sad place we live. It seems like the news is anything but uplifting. So we'll try to bring
Find
it up
something nice.
on the second half. I don't know if this is up or down, but Americans eat their Halloween candy twice before trick-or-treaters come to the door.
Oh, I believe it.
We'll talk about that and more when we come back on Morning Talk.
Back with more Morning Talk with Mary Dolan and Dave Bishop. Brought to you by Pioneer Care and Fergus Falls Monument Company. After the markets on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Depend on it.
Tire Fest 18. You love it, you want it. The best month to buy tires. At Northwest Tire, value meets the road with unbeatable tire deals. Savings of up to $280 off Bridgestone, $270 off Firestone, and $250 off Nokian and Toyo tires. Great tires, great prices, and great service are just around the corner. Stop by their location today and upgrade your ride with the ideal tires. During Tire Fest 18 at Northwest Tire.
Northwest Tire keeps you rolling down the road.
When your garage door stops working, life gets inconvenient fast. From broken rollers to full garage door makeovers, Easy Open Garage Doors does it all. Make it easy and give Easy Open Garage Door a call at 770-DOOR.
The four letters that define winning. N-D-S-U.
Fires end zone, touchdown!
The 18th time national champs play here.
The dynasty has come back!
Join us this Saturday as the Bison head east to throw down with the Indiana State Sycamores. Our coverage begins at 11 on your home for Bison football. The Pioneer Seeds Bison Sports Network from Learfield.
Got a lot of people talking, saving money, having fun. Got a lot of people asking where to go, where to run. Got a lot of people clicking, saying, I bought it on. Deals, give me those deals.
At FergusFallsDeals.com.
Got a lot of people shopping online and on the go.
At FergusFallsDeals.com.
This is Craig Olson. Join me every Saturday morning at 8 for the Coaches Show, presented by the Viking Cafe on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Football, basketball, soccer, hockey, volleyball, swimming, cross country. I interview area coaches to discuss the season, recap the last game, and preview upcoming games. Catch the live show at 8 on Saturday morning on News Talk 1250 KBRF and the live stream and archived shows at KBRFradio.com. Just click on Sports Streaming. The Coaches Show, presented by the Viking Cafe. Cafe.
There's only one silage brand that's been raising the bar for over 30 years. There's only one silage seed lineup that's been designed, selected, and tested for optimal performance in Midwestern soils and conditions, and enjoyed by millions of cows across the region. You might be hearing about a lot of newcomers who promise more milk per ton and more tonnage per acre, but there's only one you should trust: Dairyland Seed High DF. Discover the High DF difference at dairylandseedsilage.com.
Find out why the markets are moving. Get in-depth ag information with the Red River Farm Network on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Depend on it.
Market update time here on the Red River Farm Network. I'm Tyler Donaldson. Grains markets starting out today's trade mixed with wheat lower in all contracts, corn slightly higher, soybeans mixed. Money Farm market analyst Sam Swanson says it's a slow start to the day's trading in the grains, but there's some risk-off trading here happening while they wait for fresh news.
Yeah, grains, quiet start to the session here today. Fresh news remains light, and the government remains closed, which is keeping traders on they're not sure of where to position their trades here. So that's kind of why we're seeing some quiet trading here recently. I suspect there's still going to be some headline volatility here coming up, mostly associated with the government shutdown and any news with the U.S.-China trade war that's going on. So it seems like that's kind of evolving as we get closer to the November 1st deadline. So I think everyone's kind of in a wait-and-see approach with some risk-off, waiting for some fresh news.
Cattle markets trading a bit lower in both live and feeder cattle.
Yeah, actually, I'm seeing some negative trade here in the live and feeder cattle. Don't know, we've had how many days up now in this feeder market? It's just been crazy to watch. So a little bit of a pullback here would be expected. Again, there's this. I don't remember seeing a market react this way as long as I've been looking at markets here. So impressed to see it, but a little bit of a pullback action here today, and we'll see how we close.
Reporting agriculture's business, you're listening to the Red River Farm Network.
Innovation is transforming sugar beet farming. At Beta Seed, we're using advances in science to optimize the potential of every seed you plant. Our state-of-the-art breeding and testing process takes up to 10 years. It's the only way to ensure the hybrid your Beta Seed rep recommends has the best traits to manage disease and drive yields for this region and your farm. It's what we call next-gen breeding for next-gen confidence. Learn more at betaseed.com. Beta Seed, breeding confidence.
You aren't looking for a quick fix for your canola acres. You're looking for seed that shows up, ready to perform. Lucky for you, Invigor Hybrid Canola Seed has been showing up for over 25 years, standing the test of time with innovations like pod shatter reduction technology. It delivers results, eliminating the guessing game with competitor seed brands. So if you're hearing this, remember, Invigor Hybrid Canola Seed was built to last, and it can help make sure your operation lasts too. Always read and follow label directions.
October is National Co-op Month. Member-owned farm cooperatives create local jobs and improve food security. 2 million U.S. farmers are members of more than 2,100 ag and retail purchasing co-ops. These co-ops reinvest in their community. During National Co-op Month, Associated Milk Producers Incorporated and its Dinnerville Creamery, the North Dakota Farmers Union, and the Red River Farm Network recognize the role cooperatives play in our lives. Remember, cooperatives build a better world. From the fairgrounds to the classroom, 4-H members are proving they're not just ready for the future, they're beyond ready. This is National 4-H Week, recognizing the hands-on learning and leadership skills gained through the 4-H program. The Red River Farm Network joins with Ag Country Farm Credit Services, Associated Milk Producers Incorporated and its Dinnerville Creamery, and the Minnesota Farm Bureau Federation, all in a salute to 4-H members, alumni, and supporters during this National 4-H Week.
Checking quotes, December wheat Minneapolis, 3/4 cent lower to 5.52 3/4. Chicago December wheat's 2.5 lower at 4.14 3/4. November soybeans 0.5 cent higher at 10.07. November canola is $2.10 per metric ton higher at 618.10 Canadian. October live cattle are 22 cents lower to 41.60. October feeders $1.10 lower to 379.07. December hogs are 62 cents higher, 83.77. Feb hogs are 45 cents higher. April hogs also 55 cents higher. Reporting agriculture's business, you're listening to the Red River Farm Network.
The 4 letters that define winning. N-D-S-U.
Fires end zone, touchdown!
The 18th time national champs play here.
The dynasty has come back!
Join us this Saturday as the Bison head east to throw down with the Indiana State Sycamores. Our coverage begins at 11 on your home for Bison football. The Pioneer Seeds Bison Sports Network from Learfield.
This is Craig Olson. Join me every Saturday morning at 8 for the Coaches Show, presented by the Viking Cafe on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Football, basketball, soccer, hockey, volleyball, swimming, cross country. I interview area coaches to discuss the season, recap the last game, and preview upcoming games. Catch the live show at 8 on Saturday morning on News Talk 1250 KBRF and the live stream and archived shows at KBRFradio.com. Just click on Sports Streaming. The Coaches Show, presented by the Viking Cafe.
News Talk 1250 KBRF. Listen anytime, any place with the Fergus Now app on your phone. Forecast for today, looking at very slow computer. Looking at a little bit of rain moving through the area. 56 for our high. 51 tonight's low. A little bit of rain, showers and thunderstorms. Remember MEA week, so it's footballs tonight. Bring your rain gear. It's going to be cold and rainy. 51 for our low, 72 for Thursday's high, 65 Friday, 56 Saturday, 57 on a Sunday. And remember, speaking of the nice little football games, we got the Honors game on KBRF Radio's YouTube channel, Fergus Now app, and at KBRFradio.com. where you can find it so you don't have to sit out there in the cold. We're going to send Billy. Billy's going to be out in the cold.
Okay. Well, what a good idea. So they're at home tonight.
No, they're on the road at Tech.
Oh, boy. St. Cloud Tech. That was
St. Cloud Tech.
That was always a hard one. Yeah. Well, anyway, so if you don't feel like sitting out in that or you don't feel like the drive, you can watch it on our stream. So that's good news. I wish you were covering my game, the game that I'm going to tonight. But I'm just going to go early, park my car, and just in case I need to retreat to the car to watch the game.
It's a nice thing about Hillcrest. You can do that.
Yeah, you can. And
same with Underwood. Underwood can do that too.
Oh, yeah, you can. Yeah, that's really a nice field.
Yeah.
And great gym, great facility over in Underwood.
Oh, I love love their gym and press box. They got an awesome press box.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we were, except they've got the worst audio in their press box. The PA is terrible. Couldn't understand a word. And they were announcing all the seniors for senior night. And you couldn't it was like the guy had a mouthful of bubble gum that he hadn't completely chewed yet or something. It was terrible.
Where's your inner Charlie Brown?
Oh, gosh. That's exactly what it sounded like. All right. Well, I hope Derek can stick around because we're going to have a little quiz for him in just a bit about some 1990s technology to see.
Oh, this would be awesome.
Yeah, so just to see if, and he's a smart guy.
He's a smart guy, but he's a little kid.
Yeah, but
he's a youngin', I tell you.
I will give you a spoiler alert. I know them all.
Did you look?
No, Miles had me on Z103 before a news read and went through it.
Okay, well, shoot, now you know them all. Well, leave it to Miles to step on our show, right?
To ruin it.
Golly.
Who does he think? Don't
well,
you think
anyway,
he's the boss of us?
Yeah, no kidding. Well, anyway, we'll get to that with or without Derek in just a bit. See if there's any of those that you remember, of course. I remember all of them well. But first of all, let's go back to candy and trick or treat. And so, you know, if Derek had a whole house full of these Reese's peanut butter cups, he wouldn't dig into them because they're not his favorite.
They're his least favorite.
Yeah. And but this says that Americans eat all of their Halloween candy twice before Halloween actually rolls around.
I believe it. Not in my house. Well, I suppose if Adam got a hold of it, and Luke, if he
Well,
was
that
nice,
is the
he'd just been
case
home.
at my house, and the only reason why is I don't know where the candy is.
Yeah.
And I always ask for it to remain that
I'm
way.
not a huge candy person, so I
Not
can be
really
around it.
either, but boy, if I had those little Reese's peanut butter cups around, though, I'd just be like, oh, just a little bit of chocolate. And then, 10 or 12 later, then
I go in bursts. I'd grab like a handful, like 3 or 4, and then eat those, and then I'd be good for like the day.
Okay.
I can't eat that much.
No. Well, anyway, and then keeping in the same theme of Halloween, nearly 3 in 10 adults say that they are afraid of the dark, and they blame horror movies they watched when they were kids.
I believe it.
I used to really love scary movies. I don't so much anymore. And, a lot of the ones that we watch at Halloween, at least now that we look back on them, they're like, poorly done in comparison to,
I look at, I value my time, and if I look at what's going on in like a horror movie, I'd rather be entertained. I want to see a comedy. Comedies are my absolute favorite. I want to find something funny.
Yeah, I think
and
so
then
too.
I like the sci-fi fantasies, and then just horror movies. Don't
I
do it
was
for me.
listening to a show on my way in this morning, and they were talking about the movie with Dudley Moore and Liza Minnelli, Arthur. Have you ever seen the movie Arthur?
No.
Oh my goodness. Okay, you kind of
Sounds like a horror movie.
No.
Well, it's got Liza Minnelli and.
Yeah, no, it's really funny, and maybe it's too girly for you because it does end up being a love story, but funny, really funny. Dudley Moore is hilarious in this. Anyway, okay, so people that watch those scary films say that they wake up more frequently at night. They experience poor sleep quality. Maybe that's what's happened to me over all these years.
All the bad movies.
Too many scary movies. They sleep fewer hours, and many of them, they say, they sleep with the lights on.
Oh, I can't do that.
I couldn't do that either.
I always look. I've told this story probably 1,000 times on this show, and I always look to. I was over at my friend's house, so the Horgans. So they had Jaws, and I watched Jaws just before going down to Houston and then the Gulf of Mexico. And every wave that came in, I mean, I was a little kid. I was probably, I don't know, 7, 8.
Yeah.
And every time a wave came in, I was screaming shark on the way in. My dad's like, you cannot just yell that. I'm like, okay, I won't. Run back in the water. Shark!
Yeah.
Run back in the water. Shark!
Yeah, that is.
It traumatized
do you
me.
feel like there has been a lot more in terms of shark, not just sightings, but shark attacks? Where they typically aren't?
Well, I look at it this way, and I remember seeing this study in the news. There was a few years ago, at this point, it's probably 10 years ago. Remember there was that rash of shark attacks all summer long. All we heard is shark attack, shark attack, shark attack, shark attack. There's actually less shark attacks that year than there was the surrounding years.
Oh, okay.
It's just that it had more media coverage.
I guess.
I mean,
I just feel like
I've been in the ocean many times where I've seen something that I said, nope, we're getting out. I had one where I had a shark about 4 feet from me, and it was a small shark, and it was just trying to do its thing, and I just like, nope, we're done. And then I kept watching everybody else on the beach, and because it was a little shark, it was probably about the size of a muskie. I mean, just 3, 4 feet, and it just kept bumping into people in the surf, and so everybody would be like hit by the shark, and they'd be like, nope, time to go in.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm getting ready here in another month or so to be in the Gulf for just a little bit, and I feel like I'm gonna not want to wade in very far.
Those weren't the Gulf. That was in the Atlantic, and then I had one time when we were in Destin. Well, I guess that'd be the Gulf, where I saw a big wave come in, and Destin's got absolutely gorgeously clear water.
Yes.
And I was standing next to a guy, and we were talking, and all of a sudden a shadow was in one of the waves. A big shadow. We both looked at each other, and I yelled for Jen and the boys to get out of the water. He yelled for his family to get out of the water. Like,
oh gosh.
Time to go.
Oh boy. Did you ever physically see it, or just the shadow?
I just saw. We just saw the shadow
Good
in
enough.
the water.
Good enough.
But
huh?
the one I saw down in Palm Springs, I saw the shark itself.
Wow.
Because it was in shallow enough water that.
Well, thankfully, I've never been that close.
Yeah.
So, anyway. Okay. So the things that I was going to test Derek on were things like this. Okay, so it says Gen Z cannot identify most 1990s technology and pop culture. And I kind of knew he's bright.
Yeah.
He's a bright kid. So
Unfortunately, he's intelligent.
yeah. So he would have at least heard of all those things.
So what were
before. Okay, dial-up internet.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
easy.
But, you know, I mean, he had no...
Yeah, but dial-up internet's legendary. Everybody knows.
Yeah, dong, 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 dong. Yeah. Oh, it was awful. Walkmans.
That's a simple one.
Okay. Windows 95 and the startup sounds. I don't know if I could even.
Dun, dun.
Yeah, I'd have to think about that. CD-ROM encyclopedias.
Oh, I'm so old. I've got a at my parents' house. I've got a
real ones.
Full Encyclopedia Britannica.
Yeah, we probably did before we moved. VHS tapes.
These are all easy.
Yeah, floppy disks. And disposable cameras. Those are still around.
I was gonna say that's not exactly a blockbuster stump list.
No, it wasn't. So maybe sorry, Derek. Maybe you're not as smart as I gave you credit for.
You know, and that was the thing when Miles brought me on and he was listing these things. I'm like, there's some of them where I could see like some of like Gen Alpha, but I'm like Gen Z. Some of the stuff was like still more dying out, or like there's a lot of like, I hate to say period pieces because that's not really what it is, but like throwback movies where they're like, oh, this movie takes place in the 80s or the 90s.
True.
And it's like, yeah, like one of the large movies, Guardians of the Galaxy, heavily featured a Walkman.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Well, it's like, if you throw back to the 80s, it's like the Oregon Trail. Get in. We're going to die of dysentery.
Yeah, that's true. I hadn't thought of that. A lot of movies.
Interesting side fact.
Okay.
Odd note. What major singer, I mean, you're not going to not know who this person is.
Okay.
Major celebrity, major singer. He has since passed, so I kind of give you a hint that it's a guy and he's no longer around. Was in the class where the teacher created the Oregon Trail. So he's probably one of the first people to ever play it.
Yeah, I wouldn't even venture a guess.
From Minnesota.
Prince?
There you go.
Oh, we tied on that one.
He was in the class around the area, the guy as a teacher around the area or the era that game was created, and they figured he was probably in one of the first classes to ever play the Oregon Trail.
Okay.
Whether or not he played it, I don't know, but he was in the class.
Okay. Well, I don't know if it's too early for a trivia
Oh, we're always good for
question,
trivia.
and you guys can both weigh in on this if you'd like.
Don't blurt it out.
Do you know what Spam, the canned meat Spam, do you know what Spam actually stands for?
I'm going to stop you right there because it stands for nothing. And I know this. I'm absolutely 100% positive. We used to do Let's Go places, and one of them was the Spam Museum. I always thought it stood for spiced ham.
Nope.
It does not. It does not stand for anything, and that is from Spam Corporate.
Okay. Well, so thank you. You just stole the thunder of the whole story, but whatever. This says shoulder pork and ham.
Nope.
Okay. Well, anyway, thank you for that. That was great. Do you let's On to the next story.
Sucked out the energy
Boy,
there.
he just really killed that
Well,
whole thing.
everybody's always got that. It's like, no, I've got it from the people themselves. I fully asked, what does
Okay,
spam
well,
stand for, and they went through how they came up with the name and everything.
I'll tell you the story of spam, and then you can further pour cold water if you'd like. The meat product that has become a familiar staple in pantries across the globe, especially among older generations who grew up during the war and just after World War II. It was introduced by Hormel Foods in 1937. Can we agree on that?
Yep.
Okay. At a time when the world was grappling with economic hardships following the Great Depression and facing the looming uncertainties of war, Spam's rise to fame was closely tied to World War II, when traditional sources of fresh meat were scarce due to rationing and disrupted supply chains. The product's affordability, long shelf life, which has always scared me, and the simple preparation made it an essential source of protein for millions of soldiers and civilians alike. Its durability and ability to be shipped overseas without refrigeration, again, a source of, that scares me. I suppose canned is canned. Anyway, practical food solution during the war, especially for American troops stationed abroad. So, ooh, do you like Spam?
No.
Oof. You know what? Just taking it out of the can grosses me out. The noise when it comes out of the can. Oh, itch. It's just bad. I don't know, canned meat. I can, we can salsa. We can pasta sauce. And I guess I shouldn't worry about canned meat because I eat pasta sauce that's been canned for, 2-3 years ago.
I eat, corned beef and hash.
I think the best canned meat is tuna.
Yeah, tuna.
Yeah, I suppose I didn't even think of tuna. Ugh, I can't like tuna either.
That's fair.
I wish I did. I can smell it opening the can, and all I can think of is cat food.
I have to be in the right mood.
Wet cat food. Oh, yeah. Not good for me. Well, anyway, okay. So, I guess enough about Spam. How about a pumpkin story? Did you see the guy from California that he won the pumpkin championship? And they call it a gourd. Is a gourd a pumpkin?
A pumpkin is a gourd.
Okay. So anyway, 2,346 pounds. That is a biggie. Anyway, there is a Safeway World Championship Pumpkin Weigh-Off in Half Moon Bay, California. 2,346 pounds. This guy was the winner. He earned, get this. I take that back. In 2024, he was also the winner. That one was even heavier, 2,465 pounds, and he won $21,000.
I'd like to test that pumpkin for steroids.
Yeah, no kidding. $9 a pound is what he made on that pumpkin. Defending champion Travis Geigner did not compete this year after his pumpkin split during the growing season.
Oh.
That's a bummer. Instead, attending as a spectator to support fellow growers. The guy that won the 2024 contest with 2,471-pound pumpkin set the world record in 2023. His pumpkin then weighed 2,749 pounds.
Excellent.
Yeah, the competition offers $30,000 in bonus prizes for breaking the world record. So, yeah.
Nice.
$30,000.
I want to play a little clip for you guys.
Okay.
Going back to the name Spam. Now, I've heard of several different things. Does it stand for spiced ham, or is it just a name?
It is just a name. There's a lot of theories on that. Back in 1937, when we introduced, there was a friend of the family of one of the Hormel Foods vice presidents back then that won a contest for naming Spam. He had come to visit here in Austin, Minnesota, and came up with the name. But it is a branded name that we use for this iconic meat product.
There it is.
Well, that's a bummer.
Just had to go and find that, didn't you?
You know what? Actually, I'm a little relieved because shoulder, pork, and ham, that doesn't sound all that great.
Well, it's like the old, there was
but I think that's maybe what it is.
There was an old legend or urban rumor that golf stood for gentlemen only, ladies forbidden, and it doesn't.
Okay. No. What is it? What did it mean? Or thought it mean?
Gentlemen only, ladies forbidden. GOLF.
Oh. Okay.
And that's not what it stands for.
Okay. Here's 2 more trivia questions.
Ooh.
We can wrap it up with that. Okay, you guys will know this. What is Japanese sake made from?
You want to do that? I know it. Do you know it?
Is it rice?
Yep.
It is rice.
Rice
Yep.
wine.
How many liters are in a gallon? I am so bad at liters. I would not even.
Oddly enough, I know this for the dumbest reason possible.
Okay.
You know
Derek,
it.
you want to guess or no?
I've got 2 possible numbers sticking out a bit. I'm gonna go with 1.67.
I'm going to go 3.4.
It's 3.78.
Oh, 7.8. Okay.
I'm terrible.
I was in the restroom the other day, and it had 1 gallon per flush, and it had the liters next to it.
Oh gosh. Well, and you go to buy something, and I read the box to see what the measurements are. Lately, I've been looking for some light fixtures, and so I'm always looking for, okay, well, how big is this in relation to what I already have, and blah blah blah. So, but it's always in centimeters, and I'm like, ugh, sorry, I don't know what that. So then I have to go to my phone. How many inches is this many centimeters? I'm terrible at that. We don't do that here. We go by inches. Can we just do that? Skip the centimeters.
We're America. We find the most
Yes.
difficult solution possible and go with it.
Oh boy. Well, I think that's it. I only saw one other coffee brand. They added a new seasonal drink, which neither you or I will like.
Let me guess. Pumpkin spice?
No, it isn't pumpkin spice.
Thank.
But for Halloween-y kind of time of year, Lonely Ghost, but it's a chai. I do not like chai.
I'm okay with chai.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am not a chai drinker. I don't like that. I don't know, that spicy. I don't like that.
You don't like that clovey taste?
Not really. I don't know. And it's usually too sweet, which I can't believe you like that.
I mean, I could have one.
Okay.
I'm not going to sit there and drink chai tea all day, but
No.
well,
No.
the stuff that they get in the K-cups, the instant stuff, not bad.
Oh, and what do you think about this really quick? Everything is bringing in protein. So you go to Starbucks and you get a protein coffee or a protein drink.
They got protein coffee?
They've got protein in their coffee drinks.
Oh, no, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so now Pop-Tarts, the latest one to jump on this bandwagon.
Lies.
Pop-Tarts protein. Really? How about just,
No.
all I want for them to do is come back with the original maple brown sugar one that doesn't have that ishy plastic
Oh, the plastic
frosting.
frostings, love.
Oh, I hate that stuff.
I need my Pop-Tarts in the way that, you think you're going to get the beaties. I mean, you just give it a be nice
Do you
and
know
sugary,
what?
don't
the
cook
fact
it.
the fact that frosting doesn't melt in the toaster should be concerning to everyone.
Yours actually
Terrible.
makes a toaster. I don't remember the last time I had a toasted Pop-Tart.
I don't either. Years, because
Just
I
eat
can't
'em.
find them without the plastic on it. All right, coming up on 10 o'clock. Boy, there's all that stuff you really needed to know today. Thanks for joining us. Our show today and every day brought to us by Pioneer Care and by Fergus Monument Company. Have a great day.